Jeff Bezos ain't seen nothing yet. Hello, somebody.
Nina Turner delivered a powerful and uplifting speech to Amazon workers in Bessemer, Alabama, where right now there is an ongoing vote to unionize, with the vote concluding on March 29th. Now, Turner, of course, is running for Ohio's 11th district, which is Marcia Fudge's old seat, and she went down there to voice her support for this unionization effort. Now, I want to show you a clip of this speech. The speech is about 20 minutes long, so clearly can't show you the entire thing. But I'll show you some clips here. It's a fantastic speech. And then I'll get into why this vote to unionize in Alabama is so important. But first, check this out.
You are modern day giant slaves. And the giant that you are slaying is inequity. The giant that you are slaying is injustice. The giant that you are slaying is pure unadulterated greed that treats people like widgets instead of human beings. For Amazon facilities all over this country, they watching you. And when you win this, you will be encouraging their courage. Hello, somebody. I'm here because you're here. And what happens here can happen over there. Sisters and brothers, you can't have a testimony without a test. And you are being tested to see if you got courage and conviction enough to do what is right in our time. See, Jeff Bezos ain't seen nothing yet. Hello, somebody. He gonna have to bend to the will of the people. And there's several ways to make that happen. One way, you're doing it right now. Another way is we need some elected officials on the federal level of government to get some spine and some backbone and start taxing these folks. Oh no, we gonna do this. We gonna do it in the streets, and we're going to do it in the halls of Congress. But just as the labor movement brought us an 8-hour workday, hello somebody. Just as the labor movement brought us paid holidays, hello somebody. Just as the labor movement eradicated and made sure that babies didn't have to work in coal mines. All of the progress that we have made by marrying the labor movement and the civil rights movement, we're going to do that thing again.
There you go. Nina Turner being awesome once again. I mean, I could really show you any speech from Nina Turner, and it's powerful, uplifting. She's an incredible speaker. You see that once again, just the perfect voice to be down there fighting for these workers at Amazon, and really discussing the importance of this vote and their place potentially in history here, in being the first Amazon warehouse to unionize and being an example for other Amazon warehouses to look at this and say, hey, you know what? I think we also need a voice. So let's hope this ends in success. Again, the vote ends on March 29th. But regardless, success or not, I think it's going to be, really the first step in seeing the future that Amazon workers have in their understanding, in their ability to develop their own voice and their own power. Now, if you want to see the full speech, I'll link to below the video. It was posted by Socialist Alternative on Facebook. And Nina Turner, of course, running in Ohio's 11th district. This is Marcia Fudge's old seat. I will link to her page below the video as well. But I want to get more into the this Amazon fight. So I've done a couple of videos on this already, but just to, so you understand what's happening here and the importance of this vote, here's a bit here from Vox. The union vote at BHM1, a 4-story Amazon warehouse the size of 15 football fields located in Bessemer, Alabama, is the first attempt to unionize a large U.S. Amazon facility in the tech giant's 25-year history. If a majority of the workers who choose to vote opt for unionization, they'll earn a right to bargain for a contract with Amazon under the Retail, Wholesale, and Department Store Union, which represents retail staff at department stores like Macy's and H&M, as well as thousands of poultry plant workers. A union victory in Bessemer would mark a historic win for U.S. labor organizers who have long failed to crack Amazon, which is the second largest private sector employer in the U.S. and has been accused of demanding a punishing pace of work and surveilling its workforce too aggressively. It would also likely set off a union push at other Amazon facilities across the U.S. Inside Amazon's corporate headquarters, company leaders are treating the vote as a crisis, according to an Amazon source. The company is pushing hard to convince workers to vote against unionization, convening mandatory in-person meetings during worker shifts to stress the upside of the current work environment and the downsides of unions, sending frequent texts to workers with anti-union messages and encouraging them to vote no, and even posting anti-union flyers on employee bathroom stall doors. So this is the biggest giveaway. If this union effort was not going to benefit the employees at Amazon, then why is Amazon fighting so hard against it? Because ultimately, this is about power. This is a power struggle between workers and the corporation. So this is why Amazon is fighting so hard against this effort, because they know if this succeeds, then workers have more power in this warehouse. And then if it succeeds, it continues on, and other people, other warehouses, other workforces will look at this and think, hey, if they can succeed against Amazon, then we can also succeed. And ultimately, again, this is about power. And workers at Amazon simply should have more power. They should have more say over their work environment, over their conditions, over their pay, over their benefits. That's what this is about. So when understanding, because there's so much anti-union messaging out there, especially at these employees right now, but just understanding your place in all this. Why would Amazon be fighting so hard against this? Except for the fact that they are losing power in the process if you succeed. So understand your rights, understand your place, understand how much more power you would have, how much more say you would have over your conditions if you were to have a union. And also, let's just take a look at history here. This from the Economic Policy Institute. Union membership and share of income going to the top 10% 1917 to 2015. So you see here, as unions declined over the 70s, especially in the 80s and beyond, there was a greater share of the income going to the top 10%, meaning capital owners were the only ones to benefit during this time. Meanwhile, workers struggled. So this is the whole game right here. This shows you less unions means more income inequality. That's the bottom line. And when you have the kind of power that Amazon has, the amount of employees that Amazon has, that many people having no representation, that clearly has an impact on society as a whole. So this is why it is so important for these workers in Bessemer to unionize, and hope that fight goes on to other Amazon warehouses as well. Last thing here, I have a few videos on this already, so if you want more of a backstory, more detail on what Amazon is doing specifically about union busting or how they are busting, check out that video. I'll link to it below the video and above as well. So, this all concludes March 29th, so we'll find out soon after how this ends. But let's hope they unionize, and even if they don't, this fight will go on, and eventually somebody is going to succeed.